Welcome back to the Lifespring Age, Episode 9, The Dog Days. The party leave Harth Prairie in a more reflective mood than they entered, and they head towards the town of Laybon, where they've been warned about strange dogs.
We'll resume, and hopefully we'll have less grief in this half. As you are walking away,
killed the child.
Yeah, as you're walking away from the Sunfillet's household, or Melissa's new home. Well, now it is Melissa's. You're heading back towards town, slightly to the right, so a little bit on the way out of the Vale. Is the temple, which is this rather fetching-looking building here. This would be where the bodies were taken.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to examine the bodies, you'd know that's where they'd be.
Didn't you already examine the bodies?
No, I hadn't. I said I mentioned it. We could. I think it's a good thing, actually. I think we should, even if it takes a bit of time.
Mm-hmm. So you head into the temple.
I will just remind you, Peru and Blacksmith.
Yeah.
Just,
okay.
Just because...
You're all together now. I'm going to say that at this point you can all be together.
He went off, so yeah.
We'll do the blacksmith thing last.
Yes,
no, actually, we'll do the blacksmith thing now. We'll do blacksmith now.
Yeah, because then I can join the rest of the party.
Yeah. So.
And it's canonically.
Yeah. So you're heading down through the fields towards the temple, and we'll zoom over to the kind of northeast of the map. Which is kind of like one of the last few buildings to the northeast of the map, in sight of a slightly run-down well. You hear the ting, ting, ting of a blacksmith. He's an old dwarven gentleman with a frazzled beard, big arms, but very, very tiny legs. He's making a horseshoe at the moment. Lou, you've asked for something, but I had to run away. What is it you were asking?
Yeah, I asked if he has something that an adventurer might be able to use.
I'm afraid you're going to have to be slightly more specific with that request, my friend. What an adventurer might use. What wouldn't an adventurer use? There was a fella who came this way a few moons back, and he swore by this, and he kind of leans forward and pulls out it's like a chain link. Well, it's just a link of chain that is probably, about just under like half a meter long. And at one end is like a large, a much larger ring, about a kind of inch or so across. And the other end is a very small and not sharp hook. This adventurer, believe it or not, swore by this. He said that this was the best weapon, best bit of kit he ever had, ultimate in utility. It could do anything you want it to be. It could be a weapon. It could be a bit of kit. It could act as a bit of string. And he said it was fantastic. So I thought to myself, Gareth, what I'm going to do is, Gareth, what you need to do is you need to get out there and you need to make sure that you are making as many of these chains as possible. So adventurers coming through, you can show them how useful it is. But you are the first adventurer through, and I think you would suit this down to the ground, my friend.
It depends on price.
Well, it's very cheap. It's 3 silver. It's weighs so there's got a couple of uses. It weighs exactly a pound. It is a half a meter long, so you can measure stuff with it. You've got a pound of weight. You've got half a meter of length. It can attach things. It can tie things together. You can use it as a weapon. In fact, right, come with me. And this guy kind of stands up. He lets his bellows die down. He lets the fires die down a little bit, and he puts this horseshoe to the side. He goes, "I'll finish that later. This is a sale. This is important." And he walks up and he gets his chain, and he goes, "Right, you see this thing here, and it's like a training dummy." And he goes, "Right, what you can do is, if you're a little bit further away, you can do this." And he whips his hand out, and the edge of this whip thing hits the eyes, or where the eyes would be, and digs a massive groove into the dummy. And he goes, "Right, you see that? That is pretty good, right? If you're in a tight pickle, and no one can tell you've got this on you, just wrap it around your hand, or wrap it holding your keys or whatever. Or if you get a bit closer, he folds it in half and does it again, steps a little bit closer, and like kind of uppercuts with it, and it just destroys the bottom wooden part of the head of this kind of dummy. It'll see, you fold it over, you've got a lot more torque in it, right? And then, watch this, with one fluid movement, he wraps it around his hand and punches the chest of this dummy, and it leaves this massive imprint in there. He goes, right, you see that? I didn't even punch it that hard, but here we go. So it's got 3 uses straight away. And the other thing you do, if you're very skinny, you can keep your trousers up.
You have convinced me. But how about instead of 3 silver, I give you one of my daggers and 10 copper.
Let me have a look at that dagger, if you don't mind. Is it a particularly unusual dagger?
It's just a dagger.
Can you make just a flat intelligence check?
Oh
no,
boy.
she can't.
Okay, fine. He goes, if you're sure, fine. And he very quickly takes the dagger off you and examines it. Looks for any obvious things. He goes, well, thank you very much. If you like another deal like that, be sure to let me know.
So what do I?
So that is basically a metal whip, and instead of doing 1d4 damage, just 1d6.
Oh, nice. So I'll just add whip.
Yeah.
I'll say a whip is a martial weapon.
And it also, it also gives you. It is finesse, but it can also replace your unarmed strikes with a 1d6 attack as well, bludgeoning.
Oh, nice.
The only thing is, a whip is a martial weapon, so I don't think she can use it.
She's a rogue.
I can use it.
Can rogues use whips?
Yeah, rogues have martial weapons. They use rapiers. Of course they can.
I think you're right.
It's +4 to hit.
Simple weapons, hand
+6.
crossbows, long swords, rapier, short swords. It's simple weapons plus
No, I'm
a
sure
few.
whip D&D, hang on.
A whip is a martial weapon. I looked it up recently for something.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you can
So
use it. I'll say you can use it. I don't care. It's like,
Yeah,
it's fine. You can use
I do plan to train with this a little bit to gain
Yeah.
basic proficiency,
it. Yeah, that's fine.
or just proficiency straight up, depending on how it works. Would you be interested in buying plate armor?
Plate armor. Ooh. I would say yes, but I
Why
couldn't give you...
exactly are we selling plate armor again?
Because she wants money.
And no one can use it.
True though, yeah, but it's big
Yeah.
plate armor. It's big plate
Size
armor.
creature,
yes,
not
no.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah, medium creature. I would love to be able to purchase some plate mail off you. I have only got about 300 gold to my name, and I do not know anybody around here who would be able to buy plate. What I
How about
could
this?
do...
Can you refit? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I don't know anyone around here who could afford plate armor. You'd have to go to the city for that. But you're saying about refitting it. I could amend it. I could make changes to it. I could, if the changes were significant and there was a lot left over, what I could do is make the bits that were left over, I could take them as payment.
So basically, I want the plate armor to fit a small. What was it? Small creature or? Yeah, small creature, and the metal that gets left over, that you use that as payments for
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that, no problem. So you want a piece of plate mail for a... well, I'd have to see who it's for. Now, it will take a while for me to do it, I won't lie. That's a big job, that is, cutting it down and then refitting it. Takes at least a day or two.
I don't know how long we will be staying in this town, so how about I ask my acquaintances and I get back to you on that.
Of course, well, I mean, what I could do is split it up into a few pieces, right? I don't know what kind of armor it is you're looking for, but a bit of plate, even it's full body. It's full suit of armor. So you could have a couple of breastplates out of it, maybe one piece of Harth plate, a couple of breastplates, and then you could have greaves out of it. You could have whatever, and there's quite a lot of kit gear there.
Well, someone just walked into the shop.
Aside from that, would you be interested in leather armor?
Leather, I do have it, but I don't make it myself. I can take leather and make it into studded leather if you want.
Oh,
That's
I already have
quicker.
studded
I do
leather.
that in like 25 minutes.
Yeah, no, I already have studded leather.
Oh, okay.
Who here uses light armor?
None of the rest of us are here, but
I think everyone.
I mean, in the party, like I would see, I think I would notice.
I think
them.
everyone's got better than light, or like
everyone who can have better than light has got better than light.
I mean, I have studded leather, but a breastplate would make my AC the same. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Because of the dex bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I will do is
I wouldn't
sell that.
Bad about the plate. That's the name.
So I didn't catch the beginning of that. Sorry.
I wouldn't be too sad about the plate armor.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know how much longer we will be staying here.
We're not going to be here for long. I mean,
no.
The only thing I can think of is Laffy might have leather. She might be able to use studded.
No, she's a druid. They don't get weapons.
How do they know?
Oh no, they do, but they can't wear metal, can they?
I hate that rule.
I hate that rule too.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's
a terrible rule that I never use. It's like druids shouldn't be able to use any metal things because
nature and metal is somehow not nature or something.
Yeah. Weird.
That makes no sense. But how about what was it called? Belt armor? What was the AC on that?
Hide armor.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a blacksmith, my friend. I can't really do much with that. And
No. I'm not asking blacksmith. I'm asking the AC of hide armor.
I think
it's 14.
No, hide is the same as it's 12.
Oh, okay.
If I put it on, it changes nothing for me. I think it's just the same as leather.
Yeah. No, I think I'm going to keep what I have. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, sir, but I think that's going to be all the transactions we're going to do.
Not a problem. If there's anything else you need, I do carry weapons. I do have them. I've got a selection of short swords. I have a little bit of magical ore, and if you do find any runes on the road, or you got any magical stuff you want me to enchant, I can do a runing, which is a runing is basically where someone takes a pre-defined magical enchantment and attaches it to a weapon or piece of armor.
How much would that cost, or take time?
Well, it's pretty much instantaneous, like 10 minutes. It depends though. If you want me to create the rune, it's going to cost you about 700 gold. If you find one, if you have like the enchantment handy, we could do it for like, I don't know, 50.
I'll keep that in mind, and I walk out.
Guys, I've got this dancing light scroll. Let's make this armor glow.
The rune would be very, very specific. So it's not a spell. It's kind of like you find like a firestone or something like that.
Yeah. I'm just loving the idea of just like normal armor that just glows for no reason.
So okay, let's go to the temple. The temple is very cool and quiet compared to the rest of the town. Everything else is bustle, and the temple has been basically completely ignored by the werewolves. There's very little damage. There's like the occasional scratch. So there's not many people like faffing around it. And inside of it, in the cool out of the sun, there is there's an acolyte, kind of a hooded acolyte wearing kind of like dusty creamish robes with what probably was originally like green in it, but it's all very washed out, who is kind of presiding over these four bodies with tarps over them.
Does he have any specific markers of any god, or is it just like generic?
So he has he has the like the mark of the Skyfather on him. but this is kind of like he's well, like throughout there are like small shrines as you walk through. There's shrines to kind of most of the pantheon, with a few like noticeable exceptions. There's none of the dragon gods here, for example.
Okay. Then I think who's with me? Kudo, Laughing, and
Laffy.
Rusty. Yeah.
Rusty, and also Azalea, who's still complaining of laryngitis.
Azalea, you should get that checked out. We were just at the tonics shop.
I'm making honey and ginger.
Okay. I'll go up to the guy.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Welcome, my brother.
I'm a woman.
Welcome.
Sister, sorry.
The
Sister.
internet.
That is... You've offended me.
Sorry, no, that was James. Welcome, my sister. We'll pretend. We'll start again. Welcome, my sister.
Can we... We were the people who, fought the werewolves last night.
I have heard. Thank you so much for your work here. Blessings be upon you.
Okay. Can we look over those, the fallen, before they are burned?
I will not prevent it. What? May I ask why?
Well, they are werewolves. They were, they were attacked by werewolves, and they sometimes leave a mark. And just, see if there's anything out of the ordinary about it.
Yes,
I
very
should
well.
have silvered the dagger or something.
Well, I would say that yes, of course, you may. Though I have checked, there are no curses laying on these bodies. But by all means, if you wish.
Yes, it won't be too long. Just a quick once over.
Very well. He kind of a bit concerned about what it is you're doing. Kind of
You
gestures
can
to take-
you can watch the entire time. I'm
Yes,
not going...
I will remain here. And he just takes out his like prayer beads and starts like thumbing them just running them through his fingers as he's watching what you do.
Yeah, I'm just, as I said, just doing a once over, looking for any out of the ordinary marks, because obviously these were not regular werewolves.
No.
Like anything weird about it, like marks or scars or not scars, but magical, whatever.
Yeah. Laffy and Kudo, are you doing anything to assist?
Just watching.
Yeah.
Watching.
Okay,
Just
thank
watching.
you.
Okay.
Great,
So-
I would love some help.
So can you make then a check?
Medicine. Medicine?
Go for it.
See if there's anything better that I could argue. Probably I could.
I
could
can do
argue
a medicine check if you want. I've got
I mean-
proficiency.
Oh, then yes, you do. Oh
I'm
wait,
gonna roll shit.
If
though.
you want survival, I can help with
that's
that.
what I'm saying. Survival, I'm good at.
Oh, nice.
Well,
there you go.
There's a number of bodies. You could take a body each.
Okay, yeah, we'll look over one.
Okay. Rusty is going to help. Rusty is going to help with his survival. Let's have a look.
So like,
Oh wow.
so, Lou does medicine. Kudo will do survival. Oh, what's your survival, Kudo?
+3.
I'll do survival because I have a +5.
Well, you can all use the same one. It's just
Yeah, okay.
everyone's looking.
I
at
was
it
just seeing if
different.
there was, different options, figure out stuff. Let me out just. Oh Jesus! I'm gonna use my advantage. That's better.
Okay. And are you going to be rolling, Kudo?
Do I need to then?
No, there's a body each. You can examine a body each if you want.
Ah, yeah. Lego. Ooh, please. Oh no.
Oh, am I
Ooh,
there
no.
yet?
You're talking to Mr. Blacksmith, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's Rusty's helping. Okay, so let's start off with Laffy. Laffy, with your medicine check, what is it you're looking for?
What are we looking for about the bites?
Just
specifically?
we're just looking over the body, seeing if there's any marks or like something out of the ordinary.
Okay, I'm looking for something out of the ordinary.
Okay. Here's the question now. Has Laffy ever seen a dead body before?
I mean, she would have
It's-
seen
Saw the
bodies.
skeletons, the undead
Yeah.
skeletons.
We killed someone in our first
You
mission in the
did, but he
mansion.
was like immolated. He was cooked from the inside out. It was like the end of.
Well, no,
like,
there
it's
was
like that
there was
scene
the
in Raiders of the Lost
guy.
Ark.
There was the mage that
He was
Lou
cooked.
like. No, he wasn't. Lou
What?
shot him.
No, he was hit with a
No,
it was
I think
Oh,
it
Green
was,
Flame Blade.
green flame blade.
Oh, okay. So we're both right, kind of. See, she hit him.
Honestly, that was like the end scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay. Just melted.
So a fresh dead body that's relatively intact. Has Laffy ever seen one?
No.
I'm not gonna make you roll disadvantage. I just
Well, she saw one last night.
yeah. So you like
Which she might have done before, but obviously she has no memory of it.
So you're looking, you lift back the tarps, and you very quickly see the wound that's killed this guy, and it's 2 scratches, quite deep scratches, from the nails of the werewolf. And you remember, being at the hands of these werewolves, these claws were long and sharp. Very easily, you can tell what's happened here. It's caught him in the neck. It's caught his artery in the neck, and he's just bled out in seconds. Like, he just caught his carotid artery, and that was it. He just dropped down dead. You examine and you look very, very closely. You remember seeing when you hit the werewolves, there was that kind of weird, gloopy nature to the blood that kind of reached out to try and reform the wounds, and you're very specifically looking out for that. And you don't see it. You get the feeling that whatever that this is as close to a natural death as being killed by a werewolf could be. There doesn't seem to be any indication of like furriness or infection. It just looks like he got caught on the artery and dropped like a sack of shit. He's gone.
Okay.
Let's go to Rusty. Lifts the tarp and spends a lot of time looking at this guy. The one of the bodies, and this is the guy with strawberry blonde hair. This is Melissa's dad, and after about 30 seconds, he turns around and looks at you, Laffy, and goes, "Do you know this one's dead too?" With his 8, doesn't find anything. Cerulean Wolf with a 23 on survival. What is it you're doing?
I'm casing the bodies, looking for, mainly focusing on I don't say out of the ordinary, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for any, marks or because they were it was weird eldritch tentacle stuff. I don't know any they were just hitting us, but anything extra.
Okay. So you got bit yourself last night. This guy,
yes,
again, you roll it back. You can easily put together what's happened to it. Very similar to what happened to the one that Laffy was examining. This one, except was scratched in the chest, and it just looked like too much damage. For him to be able to survive it. Nothing particularly gruesome about it. It was just unfortunate. He got wrong place at the wrong time. You don't see any indication of the transmission of the werewolf virus, and you certainly don't see any of that unusual that unusual behaviour you attributed to the plant. You don't see any of that weird redness. Yes, you did see a dead kobold before. And with the 6 kudo, very little you can make out.
Yeah.
All you can tell is they're dead, and you can see what's caused it. The one you've got, the injury seems to be to the back of the head. It's not a pleasant thing, but at least you're not anticipating it, and anticipating rising from the grave, and the acolyte comes forward and goes, "Now I must complete the rites of the repose to prevent these poor unfortunate creatures from rising up and causing havoc in the town. We as a community will say farewell to them tonight, as is our traditions."
Does the dad of the girl, does he have any anything around symbolizing it, anything around his neck or something
No, he's naked. He's been all his clothes been taken.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes, yes, we will be doing the rite now, if you don't mind, and then tonight we will have the cremation, at which point their ashes will be returned to the soil which they tended with such care, and we will be reunited them in spirit, if not in physicality.
Well, I hope everything goes well.
thank you for your work last night. And only thing we can be glad of is there's a word more. There weren't more injured. So thank you. You have our distinct blessings, and if you wish to say a brief prayer to any of your deities on the way out, feel free. And this guy kind of nods and then shuffles backwards.
Does he have a name tag?
No, you didn't see one.
Okay, it's just wondering. Then I head out.
Okay. Does anyone do anything to any of the gods, the gods or shrines as you walk out?
Is there one of Palestina?
Yes, there is one of Palestina. Yeah.
I will give a short prayer to her.
Okay.
And thanks for her aid so far.
Excellent. Are you the only one who's given a little prayer?
I don't know.
Sounds like it.
I wouldn't know
You wouldn't
the
know,
gods,
no.
would I?
I don't care enough.
You can make a religion check if you like that.
Listen, I know of this moon god, like the hunts, they like follow her, I don't really care.
You are on fire with your rolls today.
I
That's
know,
what
what's going on?
So yeah, you wouldn't recognize them, but like as I mentioned before, each of these gods have like aspects. I think that's the best way from like. So like there is a god of the sea, and an aspect of that may be Poseidon or Triton, or the Leviathan. There is a goddess of. So there's a god of travel, and there's the different aspects of that, and then there's the god of the underworld, and that may be Hades, or it might be. It could be any different one. So all these different kind of avatars and aspects of them, and the one that catches your eye is the one that Kudo's praying to, and it's kind of like when you see the daughter of, or like a close familial like relation to someone you know really really well, and you can see their features, but they it's not quite right. They're like it's almost there, but it's not the one.
Yeah.
It's like and like being like moony, you would. All of the paraphernalia, speaks to you. You love a bit of moon, and also you recognise some of the things, some of the like symbols around the shrine are very similar to the ones that Timothy Chalamet, fuckboy, had on him. He was a lunar sorcerer as well.
Okay. Maybe I would like place. Would I be able to place my hand on it? Would that be allowed?
Sure, it's like a functional temple. Like something not like it's quite heavy. It's like solid marble, and it's less like a bust and more of a like what's the word? Kind of like a. You see that episode of Doctor Who where that woman gets turned into concrete?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like a flattened thing with a face on it, and I can't remember the bloody name of it. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a face. Chiseled into the marble, but it's like a flat, and you can't get your hand behind it, but you can definitely touch it.
Okay.
It's cool to the touch. It's cool to the touch.
So I'd like put my hand on it and then maybe call out to Chiken and just be like, please watch over Melissa's father and Melissa and the others.
You don't have that thing to watch over anyone, especially an own child.
He's weirdly absent in here. He's like. Maybe he doesn't like dead bodies. He's not around at this point. There is no kind of like. It's like you ring the doorbell and no one's home.
Right.
Or you're trying to ring him, like you can't. You're not getting any kind of spiritual vibe from anything at the moment. It's very, the spiritual vibes are off in this place. For you.
Got the vibe check.
Vibe
The vibe check.
The vibe check
The
failed.
vibe check is this party's dead. Like let's bounce kind of thing. Not like creepily wrong, just like
Everything he does is creepy.
Chiken's not about. You're not getting anything from the statue, but like she's almost the one. She's like, she's got the classic kind of big eyes. You can't see the colour of them because it's marble. Very elven face structure. It's just looking at it, it's not quite the one. It's not quite right. Something wrong with it. Like maybe it's just artistic interpretation. You don't know how but it's wrong.
Okay.
But the two of you, Kudo and Laffy, can add 1d4 to any check you make. The next check. Well, no, I'll say any check you make before the end of the next long rest.
Ooh.
But are you finished in there now? Like that would be a very quick thing you did. Okay, you come out to the street. You see Lou like trying to haggle with this blacksmith at the top of the road. The town's not massive; it's maybe half a mile from top to tip. So you are able to like get to it very, very quickly. And there's a few people like gathered round to kind of like to basically like see you off, as it were. But remember though, you do have the artificer who's making the notes before you scootle off totally.
Yeah. We have that. Do we want to do anything else before we leave?
I don't think so.
Not really.
How to change a D4 for a whip to a D6?
I will. I'm making an item for you in the background.
The only thing I could think of is saying bye to Riptide. But she's probably still asleep.
We don't want to come across as clingy.
That would be horrible.
Yeah. She's got
I'm
our
going
number.
there
It's
right
fine.
now.
She's got our number. We gave her a phone, so I think it's fine.
How many tablets do we have left?
I think we
One.
just had 2, so we gave her
Yeah.
1. We have 1.
Okay.
Has anyone been checking that?
I'll
I
check it now.
mean, we probably would just idly check it. Scroll through TikTok.
Yeah. So you check it, and there is a message. There is a message on there from Timothy.
Oh no.
This better not be a dick pic.
Oh, no.
You open it, and it's like, "Good morning, ladies. Timothy
Yeah.
here. This is being sent from the place of the unfortunate incident at dawn on what would day today be? Oh shit. Let's call it Thursday. Today's Thursday. Dawn
Fantasy
on
Thursday.
Fantasy Thursday. Dawn on Fantasy Dawn at Fantasy Thursday. From the place where we had our unfortunate first meeting. Hope you're all well. If you could let me know when you receive this and where you are, and when you send your reply, that'd be fantastic for our research. XOXOXO.
Do we
we
want
just-
to tell them where we are?
What if we just send him hi, nothing else?
Mm.
Or just like, no, ...
Or just, who's this?
New brick, who dis?
I'll just send back,
New tablet, who this?
I'll just send back, hi Timothy.
No, let's say, let's like, encode it, like, let's make like a cipher for him to figure out, like a crossword.
I feel like he'd like that too much.
That's
But
true.
yeah, I'll probably cipher it then, but I'll put something along the lines of, hi Timothy, hope you're all well. We're
No,
currently...
you should send it to Timothy, but say hi to one of the other 2.
Yeah.
Say hi to
Well,
Cal.
Hi Cal. Hi Cal, hope you're all well.
Just send him a
hope the
normal
legs
message there.
hope the legs are feeling better. Sorry again. And we are currently in the Lupinevale fighting werewolves. And
Don't put the
Azalea has
werewolves.
laryngitis.
Okay, wonderful. So you send that back off. It
Oh.
takes a few
Vanished.
minutes, then it's the normal amount of silence. But that's fine. They had asked you to kind of update you with kind of where and whens, because they didn't want to themselves kind of walk off in 3 random different directions because of how dangerous things can be.
Mhm.
You quickly fire off this message. It's all good. It's
Oh,
all
then
good.
maybe send a message to Riptide just so she has our number saved.
We don't... Oh yeah, we do. I was going to say we don't have her number, but we just send it to
You do,
her.
yeah. It's like her number is 7 and yours is 8.
Wait,
So,
789.
Yeah. So you're kind of like, you're heading to the edge of the town now.
Well, yeah, we'll stop off at the alchemist lady.
Yeah. So she is kind of still nose deep in these notes. She goes, thank you very much, my dears, for these wonderful notes. You may take the originals, and as I promised, there are here are your 3 healing potions. You make sure you take good care of them in the Vale. There's not going to be many opportunities for you to buy very many more.
I'm going to butt in at this point and do a very not laughy thing, but I'm going to butt in and be like, and you make sure you take care of that little girl.
Oh, Melissa?
Yes,
Yes.
Melissa.
yeah.
Oh no, she was in here. She was in here a few minutes. Oh, she's gone. Oh, I wonder where she's gone.
She's up at the house. Make sure to check on her.
Oh, it's
Make
it's
sure to
awful.
feed her.
It's well, she can. She's a very good girl. I will definitely. Yes, I will do that.
I like properly like slam a hand on the table and stare at her. You're going to take care of her, right?
Yes, no, of course I am. Don't worry. I tell you what I'll do. Until she's settled in, I may move in with her. Just so
No. She's young. You're going to stay with her. Either you're going to go there, or she's going to move in with you. You can't leave a child that young on her own.
Oh no, I suppose you're right.
Yes, you
Okay.
can, but you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. No, you're right. You see, I've never had a child of my own.
Wait.
And I'm just kind of a cool aunt, not really a maternal.
Well, you're going to have to rise to the occasion.
It's
It's
gonna,
an
yeah.
unfortunate thing has happened, and you're going to have to deal with it.
Sure, quite right. Well, anyway, sorry about that, but anyway, yeah. So here are your 3 potions, and here's a little something that I whipped up from the notes that you gave me. What have I done with it? What have I done with it? She puts the 3 things on the table in front of you, and then like as you go to reach them, she kind of takes them back, lifts them up, looks underneath them, and then like puts them down again. Then takes them away from you again, puts them in a bag, puts them back on the table. Goes into the back, grabs the bottle, takes the bag off the table, puts the bottle in the bag, and hands it back over. Sorry about that. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. What I found I was able to do with these notes is I was able to create a little bit of a potion of invisibility. Most potions of invisibility, what happens is you take them and you're invisible for up to an hour until you do something a little bit to break the invisibility, as it were. This is slightly different. You'll be invisible for a whole minute, regardless of what you do. As long as you don't get hit by a fairy fire or anything like that, you'll be completely invisible for a whole minute.
So it's a potion of greater invisibility.
Well, some may say that, yes, but of course the benefit of potions is if you drink it and it kind of replicates the spell, you're not the one who's concentrating on it. The potion is just doing its job.
Yes.
Also, it can't be counterspelled.
It can be counterspelled. It can be dispelled, but not counterspelled.
Yeah, try
And the thing is
using
with
Dispel
dispelling
Match.
magic, you have to see it to dispel it. So it kind of gets you coming and going, that one. But yes, these notes have been, I think, will revolutionize the area. Will be fantastic. You know, since well, it's going to be one of the good things, really. One of the absolutely best things that happened when I was training. When I was training as a as a young woman, this is the kind of thing that this is the kind of thing that I really would have looked for. It was great. My teachers would have gone absolutely bananas about this.
Well, you better take good care of it, and don't be greedy.
No, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to look after poor Melissa, and I'm going to keep my nose to the book. And my old teacher Malloy, he would have been all over this. He said he kind of went more into the creation of items.
Is that the name of the artificer?
He was my teacher. Yes, Malloy.
I feel like I recognize the name somewhere. I don't know what it is though.
Is that Cerulean Wolf or Tirana?
Both.
You can make a history check if you like.
I don't know why. I don't know what's coded in mine. 8.
No, you can't place it. But there's a few of us who he trained under Malloy. He's a bit touched now. I hear he's still up far in the north. Well, not too far actually, but probably about 3 or 4 days from here, right on the edge of the Blighted Lands. And there's still a lot of zombie activity there. And he stayed there. And he's making his weapons, And me and Old Way, we were there. We learned under him, and apparently he's doing quite well for himself in the city now. Is Old Way.
Where does he live, sorry?
Malloy, he's up near the edge of the Blighted Lands, but there was a few of us who trained under him. He's a great man, great artificer, as myself and Weir, and he is in the city now.
Oh, I know. Okay. Sorry, I'm writing that down. Well, thank you for this. I want to look over those papers just to make sure she didn't
Yeah, sure. She's handed. I mean, they're a bit like. Typically, she spilt something on them. There hasn't destroyed any writing, but there's like a bright red stain on one of them now, where she's like knocked over some juice or something, like coffee or whatever. You can see the corresponding stain on her jacket.
Okay. Well, we better be off. We need to get to Laybon, or hopefully by the end of today or before that.
Oh, you'll be there in no time flat. You'll be there about 3:30. Fantasy 3:30.
Why is everyone saying this? Okay, well, take care of Melissa. I give her a look again, and
Oh, so yes, Melissa, of course. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't call her Melissa. You see, I call her Mel.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a letter, and I'm going to. Since I'm legally listen, this letter, I just quickly write it. It's for Melissa, okay? I'm going to leave it on the desk. Your niece, and I'm going to leave it on the desk. Do not move it. Give it to her when she comes back or when you see her.
I'll go and see her in a moment. I've just got to finish up a few things here. Honestly, I'm not completely devoid of intelligence, I will remember. I know she needs me. It's just, I'm not... What I'll do is I'll speak to the town, because it's not just her, poor sod, who's lost somebody, you see. So maybe we can get them all together and they can, get through it all together. We don't really understand what's like going through it.
Okay, well, make sure to give the letter to her.
Yes, I will. But it wasn't my brother. You see, this is my sister. See, I was related to her mother, who died. But yes, anyway, not to worry. I will definitely keep an eye on her and make sure she's fed, and all the other kids as well. So not to worry. The town will all come together. We're a very close knit community, and we will all pick up the slack. Don't worry. She'll be fine. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
I'm just going to be staring daggers at this woman.
Yeah, we walk backwards, keep staring at her as we exit the shop.
Well, farewell, and I hope to see you again very soon.
You will.
Good luck in the Vale. I've not been down in there. I've not been out of here in many years. So I shall look forward to seeing you again and hearing about what it's like down there now.
We leave. The letters just said something like it was basically just saying hope to see you soon, whatever. But it was also mentioning that Riptide. I don't know how long she's going to be here, but while she is here, she has something to contact us. So she could go to Riptide to talk to us if she wanted to.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you're heading out of the village to the north. Yes. A few people are waving you off, not like a Sunday off party. The mood is like kind of faded a little bit since the high spirits of the morning. Obviously, the kind of conversation has gone around what's happened. A few people have died, but the spirits are still high. It's not a party atmosphere. You meet up with Lou. You are heading past the blacksmiths. If anyone wants anything from the blacksmith, now'll be the time to go out. 3, 2, 1. No, okay. And you are out of Harth Prairie as you walk past the second well, the second of 2 wells. This one is incredibly dilapidated. Everything else is kind of overgrown with the weeds and grass, but this particular well, apart from the stones being very, very weathered, there's no plants growing over it at all, even though this is quite clearly a very well used well. And so you pushing on, and let's hit the road again. Okay, wonderful. What's the mood like in the party at the moment? Let's do a vibe check. Lou, what's the vibe?
Lou she's neutral. She's happy that she got a new weapon, but she's kind of slightly annoyed that she couldn't sell the plate armor.
Okay.
Oh yeah, would Lou have given the plate armor back to Wolf to carry in the bag? Or should let the plate armor around? Epic.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that you probably wouldn't want to be lugging around the plate armor. So
I don't know. It's known for being stealthy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The blacksmith would have told you could have got 2 breastplates out of this, or 1 medium breastplate, 1 small breastplate, and maybe something else.
Okay, for now, I'll just put the plate back in the bag as well.
Okay. So Lou's vibes are neutral, not really caring. Kudo, what's the vibe for Kudo?
A bit gloomy because I still couldn't fix the XHB problem.
Okay.
Somehow it feels really unfair from the gods to have something around that does this kind of shit.
Well, that's very much the point, though. This isn't from the gods.
It's an eldritch thing. It's an aberrant.
Aberrant thing, yeah. But Laffy, obviously you've had a bit of a mixed bag of a day. How is she? How's she feeling as she walks out of town?
I'd say the best way to describe it would be like bittersweet. Because obviously, you know, we did what we came here to do. Like, we figured out what we need to do next. So everyone, the whole time we were there, was like thanking us and rejoicing, and the vibe in the town seemed happy. But with the addition of Melissa and her dad and everything that happened afterwards, I think it would put a little bit of a damper on the day. And I feel like she'd probably be quite worried about the child.
Yeah, I mean, there were like 3 other kids you didn't speak to, but I completely understand. Yeah, no, that's fine. So she's, I don't know what the hell that noise was in the background there. There was, so she's kind of like concerned, but you know, obviously you got to press on. Your job kind of here is done. You've got to find out what the hell was happening, where these wolves were coming from, what scent and what the hell this plant is. And then, last but not least, Cerulean Wolf, you're leading the way as ever. You're at the head of the pack. You're only thing the rest of the party can see is your back. But what is going on in that tiny little head of yours?
Hey, my head's massive. It would be. She'd be very much thinking about her past for like multiple reasons. Obviously, she had another very vivid dream tonight, so she's sort of thinking over that, you know, as ever, just repeating it in her head, repeating all the other dreams. But then seeing Melissa is also reminded her of her own younger sister, so she's just very like in her own head, thinking about everything. Probably should go home soon to see them. It's been a while. Like feeling slightly bad almost that she hasn't been back to see her family, but you know, is pressing on as ever.
Okay,
Yeah.
we just roll some stuff in the background there. Don't worry about it at
Guess I'm
all.
scared.
Nothing is happening. Nothing to see here. Okay, wonderful. Oh, Jesus. Oh no. Okay, 1 second.
7 fire giants.
No, nothing like that. Okay, so as you're walking along, you know, you leave the town behind you, and you are immediately kind of in this lush. Lush is not quite the right word. It's definitely like thriving farmlands, and this kind of rainbow corn that is the obviously the vegetable du jour is in absolute pinnacle of health, almost ready to harvest now. Like rainbow of colours, but with a certain a certain element of reds and purples, and you know, kind of. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They look like they're jeweled. They're fantastic to look at.
Yeah, I looked it up at the end of last.
They're awesome. They look really tasty, and I really want to eat one. But you're walking through this down this road, and it's not super well trodden road, but it's definitely like kept clear. There's the occasional like bump or rock in the road, but it weaves slowly through these cornfields, and eventually you find yourself like the town is in your like facing your back for a long time. Then all of a sudden it's vanished as you go over the bluff of a hill, and you see a little bit further in front of you, and you hear slightly in the distance the roar of a river. That's coming from the, I won't say not too distant, but it will be the river that you walked over to get here. So the one where you saw the hippocampi, it will probably be that river. That's the only one nearby you can think of, and it's a good few hours away. You can't see it, but you can definitely hear it. And in the distance, you can just see the kind of vague shapes of a small village. As you're walking along, though, you come across this kind of divot in the corn, and there are these stacked rocks. There are 4 or 5 stacked rocks that are covered in moss and weeds and stuff, but it really stands out. Like everything else has been along the roadside has just been corn for the last hour and a half, and all of a sudden there are these kind of like 4 or 5 piles of stacked rocks. Gives kind of like cairn vibes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we had that a lot in Strahd. I don't know what that was.
Yeah. So like it's like what you'd expect here, and like the stones are quite fire damaged, but they're stacked in like 4 piles.
Oh, are they stacked in any particular way?
stacked as though like, I mean, they're about 6.5 foot long, 3
Oh,
foot
so they're like
across.
big. Okay, it was almost like Stonehenge sort of thing.
No. So like, think small pebble, like small rocks, kind of the size of like a football, but flat. And there's a number of them, and they're laid out in rows that are about 6.5 foot long, about 3 foot wide, and all of them are slightly fire damaged.
Can you
Like,
tell how
yeah.
recent? Like, is there like if I like go close one, like touches it hot?
No, definitely not hot. It's warm
Okay.
under the sun, and the you look at your fingers as you take off it, and there is like a bit of kind of like a not ash isn't the right word,
Like a soot?
like a
Yeah.
sooty, but like that's not quite right either. More of like it's a little bit sticky, like gooey almost, like it's very old and it's
Can I
been
smell it?
like, washed on. Yeah, sure.
What does it smell like?
It just smells like dirt and ash. It looks like this is quite old. It's been here quite a while.
Is there like pattern to the rocks? It's just like lined up.
I mean, you would think looking at this, this might be like a funeral pyre.
Okay.
Like 4 bodies lying next to each other.
Okay. Then I will leave them be.
Okay.
I think, but I will mention that I've given 1 healing potion to Laffy and 1 to Lou, and Kudo kept the one that he got.
Okay, cool.
Oh, thank
Just-
you.
Okay,
Just
wonderful. So you press on, the funeral pyre disappears in, and you're heading kind of the valley is going deeper and deeper. The walls of it, it's like a 5-mile stretch from kind of east to west of there. So you're getting plenty of sunlight, but you can equally see like the horizon is completely eclipsed by these like walls that have formed the side of the vale, and there's this river that runs through part of it. You start finding yourself walking down, and the corn kind of thins out a little bit and just becomes grassland, and there are other vegetables that have been planted, like kales and stuff. And as you're walking through, it starts looking particularly overrun. There are these towers that you've been walking past, and they're kind of like, you know, in the end of Lord of the Rings, they're like the beacons of Gondor, and the like. It's kind of like that, except there's these like strips of metal running from one to another. In real world equivalent, think of like power lines, or maybe
that's
like
what I was about to
lines.
say. Yeah.
But like you're not quite sure what they are. They've been running. Occasionally, the metal's broken and they're just kind of drifting on the floor. But you've been walking along. You've passed maybe 4 of these, like maybe 1 a mile, that kind of thing. They're not particularly high. They're about like 16, maybe 20 foot high, just like out of easy reach. And
So they are like power lines. Like,
yeah, kind of like power lines that run along the road, but they don't hum like power lines. You don't really know what they're for.
so you said they're big towers, like metal connecting.
Yeah, like wooden towers, about 20 foot tall,
Wooden towers.
with a strip of metal, like a strip of like copper wire running between it.
Can I? Would I know of anything like this?
You can make an Arcana check.
Faith means I'm dead.
Nope.
Always up 8, but I'm
No.
always going to ask. Faith means I'm dead.
Yeah. So you'd know practically nothing about these things. Something to do with communication between villages.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. But yeah, I'm not going to
I
know.
don't understand about
Yeah. I'm assuming as me that it's like a long range message, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah, some of them are broken and look like broken for a while. No one seems to be taking care of them. It's hard to guess what they're for. But yeah, you walk along and say the corn kind of peters out after a while and is replaced with just like normal fields. They look quite overwhelmed. And as you kind of, you know, you're a good 2.5 hours into what you're expecting to be 3, maybe 4 hours journey. You see kind of like at the top of a little rise there's this quite shaggy, I'm going to use the word Dulux dog. I don't know if that translates, but it's like a sheepdog.
Guys, remember that weird man said that the dogs were weird in Laybon, so I just want to point that out.
So this dog is just kind of like sitting at the top of this slight rise in the sunshine, like, you know, head on its paws. It sees you come in, and it sits up a bit, does a big stretch, and then kind of like looks at you, watches you come for a little bit, and then trots off down the hill away from you.
No, come back.
I think we're going to find a lot of dogs, Laffy.
I want to fuss all the dogs.
Oh no, we're going to be here for years.
No. But you head down. I'm assuming you're following.
Yeah.
The sound of the water grows louder and louder as you approach the village of Laybon.
Oh,
I've just moved the map. It is a little bit of a decrepit town. Like there's a lot of
that
like
that dog looks very.
no, these are dogs, not
No,
wolves.
I know they're
Dogs.
dogs, but they look
Yeah, they're very
concerned.
They are
They look
looking like
wispy.
carpets.
No,
Yeah,
that's
they
ratio
do kind of-
shift. I use wolves and then shrank
Where
them.
are we? Like here?
Yeah, you're coming up the road there. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like broken boats in this town.
Can I ask a really quick question about Rusty?
Yeah.
Is he like possessive? Is he gonna get
Oh
mad if I
no,
start?
he's gonna get jealous.
Is he gonna get jealous if I start fussing dogs?
As any animal comes near you, he steps in front of you, like to protect you. He does not want any wild animals snuffling around you when he could be doing that snuffling.
That's weird. You made that sound really weird, James.
I did make that. I know it was on purpose, so deal with it. So where are we? Let me just find my little thing on the Lupinevale. So
What's going on with that well?
Right. Okay. So
Lou, don't get any idea. The well looks
this-
infected.
So Laybon is a dock town. It is like it was set up to be a dock town for ease of transport for like grain and stuff between Agden, Yadradan and Havenor. You're sitting on a river called the Palindroma River, which is a really, really unusual, magical river that is tidal. Like every day it reverses its current. So one day it'll be running from north to south, and then at night it'll stop. Then in the morning it'll run.
Sometimes that'd be very inconvenient.
It would, but you get used to it, and so it's really good for trade routes. This place here is absolutely fantastic for trade routes, and that's one of the main reasons that people are so concerned about making sure the Lupinevale is a success, because like this is amazing. This is like nature saying, right, use me to transport stuff. This is perfect. So you're entering in. There's a couple of like buildings. You can see it's all very decrepit. You can see like doors just swinging in the wind.
But no people.
No people at all. Though there is like just dogs just all over the place. And as you enter the village, like you see the shaggy dog kind of like go into one of the houses, and 3 or 4 other dogs come out, and they're all different breeds of dog. There's like a Schnauzer, there's a Labrador, there's a
Oh my god.
kind of an Alsatian, and there's a 4th dog.
I feel like the dogs are about to talk.
They rush up to you, tails are up wagging, and they're just snuffle, like proper crotch hounding it, like straight up in there. You know what they're like crotch hounds, and then they're just all over you, like. And they Rusty initially moves in to kind of defend you. These dogs are like tongues out, tails wagging, kind of like play pounce on him and push him to the ground and lick the shit out of him.
Rusty gets out his sword and
He's
stuff.
No! Can I ask a really random question? What colour is the Labrador?
The Labrador is so there's a couple of like Labradors are quite common. So there's a black one, a kind of ginger one, and there's a blonde one, and then there's a golden retriever as well. I know you
Can
have
I stay here?
Yeah, forever. So these dogs are just everywhere, and they're like pestering around you, like snuffling, pouring at your backpacks, trying to get the food out, and just like yeah.
I think
The
they might be
road
hungry.
is, by the way, very untended. The
And we've not
lighthouse-
seen a single person.
Not seen a single person. There's large docks and lighthouse that dominate the town. This here is clearly like the dock building. It's like the roof is not quite caving in, but it's very clearly in disrepair. The lighthouse light is not lit. It looks like it hasn't been used in ages. There's literally a boat crashed outside of it. There's like half a boat over here. There's a boat way over here. Just like the boats all over the town and kind of like really strange places. The river, I say, is a unique environment that reverses course every night. You can see at a glance it's very deep here, and you wouldn't want. It's very deep, very strong, which probably explains a little bit about the fact that the boats have sank. And you can see the like shoals of fish. Like at a glance, there's plenty of fish there, and there's some dogs that are like poised over the water looking at the fish to come and get a little bit closer, kind of thing. The lighthouse is the newest building that's been built on an outcrop of rocks. Like it's quite clearly the newest, but it's just repaired. So there is like a slight glow from inside, but nothing major. And that's kind of. Oh, in the center of the town is a well. It's covered in weed and purple and red flowers. With the that's all there. I'm just reading through my notes. Town hall. Yeah, there's the only building that looks like it has any life in it is the town hall, which is here. The door is open and the dog's just running in and out of it the whole time.
Can I?
Wouldn't dare you. Yeah.
So they're just making dog noises, right?
They are just dogging.
Or
Can I cast?
Bor.
Can I cast speak with animals?
I knew you were gonna say that.
Okay.
And then I would just pick a random dog, probably the golden retriever or the blonde lab, because Baxter. And I'd be like, "Hi, where are all the people? Where are all of your humans?"
There's no response.
Don't
Jesus
say that.
Christ.
That's so creepy. Don't say it like that. The dog
I
just
know-
doesn't
How
Wow.
does
respond.
it look from the outside when you cast speak with
We're
animals?
just watching her.
What does
crash.
a Rusty see when you cast speak with animals and hear?
What do I see?
I don't know.
Does he stop barking?
Do you talk dog or do you? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. Do you speak like the animal? Or does the animal speak like you?
I'm guessing
Can
I
I-
would just make dog noises.
Okay.
Can I
yeah,
just preventively cast detect magic?
Yes, you can. Yeah. Preventively doesn't quite work. This
Preemptively.
whole area is saturated in magic.
Oh, the dogs are people, aren't they?
Guys,
The dogs have been changed. The people have been changed to dogs.
this town
I
is
feel weird about them sniffing
full of
me now.
magic.
And what type of magic do you get, Kudo?
What do I get?
Oh, one second.
All?
I need to quickly check. No.
If it's what I think it is.
One second.
Oh, it's
Just need
probably
to-
like,
I just need to make sure before I give you the wrong one. Transmutation.
yep. The dogs were people.
As you are going like to the dog, Laffy, like there's this moment of silence, and then you hear back, bark, bark, whine, whine, bark, bark.
But I can't understand it.
That's literally what you hear. Bark, bark.
Oh
whine,
no!
Bark, bark.
It's people. It's that. Oh,
That's
Jesus.
awful.
Can I?
Can
That's
I just try speaking it normal to them and being like,
yeah.
wait,
Speak common.
do you understand when I speak like this?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
my fucking god!
Jesus
James.
Christ! I
Oh,
think at
sorry,
this point,
sorry. I have
Okay, James. Did we all hear that, or did just Laffy hear that?
Everyone hears this.
Oh my
It's the
god!
Big. I didn't get big schnauzers, but like big
Well, she
dog.
said she was talking to like the lab or the.
Big- Yeah, the lab. The lab is like, yes, sorry. Sorry about before. We all got a bit excited when we saw you coming.
Oh my god! That's James. You actually jump scared me. Oh my god!
Sorry. Sorry, welcome to Laybon.
What happened?
Well, you turned up, you see, and we all got a bit overexcited. We've not had visitors in a few days.
yeah, well, no, why are you
like,
dogs?
okay? Sorry. Are you like naturally dogs?
What?
Are you like? Were you born as a
Wait,
dog?
are you aware that you're a dog?
Yeah. Well, sorry. These. No, I was not born a dog. Yes, I am aware I am a dog. My name is Old Red, and his tail wags.
Old Red?
Okay,
Old
Red.
Red.
What happened to make you into a dog?
Oh, I don't know. Lots of things. It just started happening, and then a couple of years ago, it just started slowly happening that people in the village started turning into dogs.
Oh, so it wasn't all at once.
No.
Well, what type of what does the dog look like? What type of dog is this?
This is a big golden retriever.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can tell if this is like a spell that's going to affect us if we stay here?
You can try, yeah.
Okay. I've been getting good rolls, so I'm hoping that I continue to
You've
get
just
good
jinxed
rolls.
yourself.
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be in that one. Oh, 13.
Hey, you do have your advantage.
Yeah, you do. Have your-
I don't, I
you
used
have
it.
Hero points.
Oh, you did.
Hero points. Remember hero points. He said this happened slowly over a couple of years. You don't think you're in immediate danger?
Right.
Laffy, I don't think we want to stay here for the rest of our lives.
No.
So he's sitting there, his tail's like flapping on the floor. He goes, "So, will you be staying in our wee village long?"
No.
Well, probably not. We're just trying to figure out what happened, I guess.
I'm gonna start
I
I'm
have
not
a
saying
hunch.
anything,
Yes.
but I'm gonna start staring at every one of you, and in my head, I'm gonna try and figure out what dog you would be.
So
I have a hunch, and I want to say it to just the group in their heads. Just from magic is weird, and it's over a long period of time. I want to say it's something to do with the well, like the water that they were drinking. Just first theory.
So the dog, like the mayor, obviously can't hear this. Sorry, I said he was the mayor. He's the old Red is the mayor.
Okay,
And he
thank
looks
you.
at
I wrote that in my notes.
He's like, I'm the mayor. It's just
Thank
apropos of nothing, just announces it. He goes, it's a great shame you're not going to be staying with us for any extended period of time. If you're worried about becoming a dog, you really shouldn't be. We have had people stay here before and not turn into dogs. It used to be quite a thoroughfare.
Well, it might be like a night or two, but
That's
nothing...
good. Yes, that's good. I wouldn't
Possibly.
advise moving on in the night. Yes.
Old
Well, I
Red,
could-
question.
Yes.
Are you aware that there's been werewolf attacks?
Well, yes, the werewolf didn't bother us, though. Wolves that don't like dogs. We are but too many of them, and we scare them off. Yes.
Did anything strange happen before people started turning into dogs?
Oh, it's a very strange place. This is, there's the river. There's,
Yes.
we used to get treasure hunters here because of all the ships that sank. And then, well, you have to excuse me because we've got dog names now, and we've kind of forgotten our human names. But Chonko,
Sorry.
he's a bit strange. Biscuits, he kind of happened first, and he must have known it was coming because everything he was making changed into dog stuff. Yes.
Did anything... Was there a specific occurrence? Maybe something that changed before dogs started?
Oh,
Change-
it
people
was
started
years
changing?
ago. I can't remember. And if I'm being honest, it's much better.
I was about to say, you don't mind being a dog?
I will say this right now. I remember distinctly being a human, and I know what it's like being a dog. And it's much better being a dog.
Can I ask, Red, has anybody left that turned into a dog? Or have you
No,
all kind of
why would you?
stayed?
Because there's not much of a world out there for people to be dog people. More dog than person. If you
I'm
see
just
what I mean.
thinking
Right here,
maybe...
if you look, come with me, and he kind of like nuzzles into your hand.
Okay,
And
okay.
It feels so much weirder now I know they're people.
They're not like in a weird way. He just pushes his.
I
head up
know,
and
but
starts
it still
walking.
feels strange.
He starts pointing things out in the town. He's like, "Well, that's the town hall where we all sleep. This is, and that's the well. We've got the knocks there. This is the ye olde magicy shoppy, which is quite fun. Biff runs that. We've got the armourer here, who's run his biscuits. Yeah, and there's
Wait, you still run the shops?
well, you have jobs to do. Yes.
Wait, you don't have thumbs. How do you get anything done?
We have our ways.
Okay, alright.
Kind of looks a little bit offended.
I meant no offense, I'm sorry.
So did he say that Biff runs the magic shop?
Biff runs the magic shop. Yes.
Okay.
Biff, he howls, and a big mastiff kind of like trots up.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And he's like, his tail is wagging. He's got a big wet nose. He comes up and he kind of barrels into you. He kind of jumps up, so he's like, his paws are on your shoulders, and he goes in for a face and then kind of holds us. Goes, sorry. It's just a force of habit. When you have been a dog for a while, you kind of lose some of your inhibitions. Apologies. He sits down and holds out one paw to shake.
Oh.
You may call me Biff. I am the Mastiff. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. I run the magic shop.
Do you get much business?
Peaks and troughs.
So how often do people pass through?
Well, it used to be more often, I'll be honest. There was a nice a family that passed through a few days a year. They didn't want to buy much. The thing with the magic
They
shop...
had flowers?
I didn't notice. I didn't look
Okay.
at what they were selling. It was a boy and his father.
Yep. Okay, they have flowers.
Yes. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Good for them. I don't really care much for flowers, and yes, I'm urinating on them. So they're...
No.
Well, as I say, when you're a dog. But yes, so the thing about a magic shop is it's more of a hobby than a job. You know. Well, would you like to come and see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Sure.
it's kind of nap time now, and you've disrupted things a little bit, but
Well,
yes.
we could wait.
Oh,
if you'd
yes,
like to
yes,
see.
yes.
I do want to check out the well at some point.
Yeah, yes,
I
by
wanted
all
to
means.
check the armorer.
The armorer, well, Biscuits. I'll take you to see Biscuits. I will warn you, though. His name is Biscuits. He's a bit grumpy. He can be rather gruff.
And so he takes him over, and there's this boxer, like the really big English boxer where the tongue doesn't fit in the mouth. He's like slobbering on the floor. And he looks at him and goes,
I'm Biscuits, so these must be...
like,
Biscuits, these
Tyranno-
must be the visitors.
Are you coming with me to the armor?
No.
Okay, then I would have asked you to give me the plate armor.
Okay. Yep. I mean, if Lou is, not going to interject, I'll give you the plate.
Half the plate. I took it out of the.
I assumed you'd
haven't
given
given
it
that
back. I assumed you'd given it back rather than lugging it around for 4 hours while we were walking.
Well, yeah, as long as you promise not to give it away without my permission.
Yes, that's why I said if you have nothing about it, then I'll give it to you. That's why I said it.
Do you have anything against it?
Yes, I want money.
I give you your 3 copper.
I put the plate on the floor and walk off. Deal
No,
with it yourself.
I want 10 gold.
Let me see it. Let me see if the armor
I
can
should
fix
be
it.
asking for 1,500 gold.
Let me see if the armor can fit it before I give you anything.
Fine.
I take it to the armor. 2 biscuits.
Hello, Biscuits.
Hello, biscuits.
Yes, what can I
I'm
do for
Cleo.
you? Hello,
I wanted to ask if you could maybe adjust the size of this plate armor.
he gives it a once over. He kind of stands up, gives it a good old sniff, and he looks at it very closely, trying to listen to it. He goes, I think I could do something to reduce the size of this plate armor. Sure, what would you like me to do?
Well, fit it to me.
Are you strong enough to wear plate armor? He says. With a-
Yes.
Oh,
Are you?
no. You need
Wait.
16.
15.
Oh, wait. How much
Yes,
strength do I need?
Plate has a requirement. I think it's 15 or 16.
What?
Yeah. Otherwise, you're like slow as fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh, I think most heavy armor does.
Yeah.
Let me look. It is.
Otherwise, everyone would wear it.
It is 15.
15 strength.
Bullshit. Yeah, okay, no.
You
Never
need some mithril
mind.
plate.
What I could do is, if you really wanted the benefit of some, if you leave it with me for a day, I could break it down and make you some fancy breastplates out of it.
And that would be what armor?
Breastplate.
Breastplate. Tit guard.
I have breastplate.
Oh, well, what is there? Anybody else who may get some use out of this plate armor? I could resize it, no problem.
Rustic.
Yeah, Rusty could wear it.
That's the only thing I can
Um,
think of.
Yeah, but that's not for me to decide, is it? Because we have some fucking loan shark who's out for every money he can get, she can get.
What? Who are you talking about?
No one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Can I just give Lou the puppy dog eyes and be like, please?
I give.
Don't say the puppy dog eyes in
Lu-
this place.
Frustration.
Just
I
gonna
give
pick,
you back your armor.
I'm gonna pick Rusty up like a child and hold him out in front of me. and like make him do the puppy dog eyes to Lou.
Ew.
And he
All
just
the dogs are
licks his
offended at that.
eyeball.
Can
I
I
could-
use?
I could quite
Presti-
easily resize the armor to fit your friend. And as payment, I would just, if you wouldn't mind, take some of the offshoots and keep them. It would be an exchange. We need some new drinking bowls. Yes? Hello?
Yeah,
I think
I'm
that's your
thinking.
question.
I know.
Doing
Fine.
some quick math, calculating,
Sure.
having his spreadsheets open for finances.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
If I carry 2 gold and divide the...
So he takes a plate mail off you and somehow he picks up a hammer in his mouth and starts banging it. And there's
Well, that
definitely-
guy's neck must be wham.
Yeah, he always a boxer. He's got really good jaw strength as well. Is your detect magic still up?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
keep it up, whatever.
Yeah.
It's at will.
Yeah. So you can see that there's definitely some kind of like magic going on because every time he hits this plate armor, like it's not denting it, it's transforming it.
Hmm.
They're magical dogs.
Mm. But yeah, so he starts hitting it. It like, can you roll an
Can-
Arcana check actually?
Yes. Can I use prestidigitation to give his hammer hits some sparkle effect?
Well, it's already pretty sparkly. I will say that.
I give it more sparkles.
Okay, he kind of looks up and kind of nods at you, like he approves.
He's a good dog.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
So,
11.
okay. You would know that just from like the being around. It's not a big ass. There's some clerics out there who worship the gods of the forge, who can like do this kind of shit. They can like change one thing into another as long as it's made of the same material. Very much that. Very much that. And within like an hour of like it looks like it'll be done within about an hour, and it'll be a perfect fit for us. And it will take his AC from 16 to 20.
What?
Yeah, because it's plate with shield.
Light armor with a shield. Yeah. It will make your boy very, very tanky.
For us, he's going to be the strongest one here. Well, technically he is, but like
He is,
actually
yeah.
the strongest
Hey,
one.
he won't get his next attack for 2 more levels though, so he will not be pulled out
okay.
focus, but he will be very difficult to hit.
Yeah.
So that he won't be taking many heals either, which is good.
He's going to just be a tank.
He's just going to be tanking like a badass.
Can we get Rusty a cannon?
Yeah, that's what. So you watch him start banging this thing into place. What are the rest of you doing while this is happening?
I'm investigating as well.
I want to go check out the lighthouse.
I want to
Okay,
go back to the
decisions.
magic shop if nap time is over.
Nap time is not yet over. It's like it's mid-afternoon. It's prime nap time for dogs. There's some activity like some
Isn't it
excitement-
always prime nap time for dogs?
Good point.
Yeah, this is like proper. This is like the heat of the day. Like all of them are finding shade. They're like just having a little sleepies. The ones who are at the river looking at the fish, they've dived in there soaking wet. They've got fish in their mouths. There's like they're all finding somewhere to sleep. They're all heading to the town hall. There's a group of a few dogs who aren't like doing that. There's a particular group. Let's see. There are. You weren't introduced to these. There's a big fat Labrador, a big fat black Labrador, and there is a little Chihuahua there as well, and there is a Doberman who is just kind of like prowling. It doesn't look very happy you're here. Actually, the Doberman looks quite pissed off you're here. Tail is down, kind of ears are flat. There are a couple of pups as well who are just running around, but they are not. They are actually barking at each other. They look like they're communicating in dog language. If your communicate with animals is still up on,
Yeah.
you would understand that as actual dog animal language. They are talking to each other as dogs,
Okay.
but they're conversing as intelligent humans using dog speech. These are
Right.
probably kids who have been born as dogs.
Oh, that's weird.
They are
Okay.
they are more dog than human at this point. Like if you were to, this might be their default form. Like these aren't shape changes. These are probably kids who've been born as pups.
Wow. That is weird.
Yes.
And you hear them shouting at each other. They're like,
Like, it would be weird either way.
yeah, weird either way. But they're shouting the names out. You catch a couple of names. There's Max, there's Luna, Charlie, Cooper, and Milo.
So the most dog things.
Yeah, I know. You've not even got to the stupidest bit about this village yet. Don't worry.
Can I investigate this well?
Yes, you may.
Because I don't. Because like this place is similar thing with flowers and it's covered in purple flowers.
Yeah, yeah. So you go a bit closer to the well. What was it looking for?
Well, first off, I'd just look in the well, just see.
Can you make some kind of checks?
To look in the well.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just-
to investigate the well. Yeah. Well, to
Well,
look in it, you
no,
see a
I just
well.
I just want to see
Yeah.
like, is there water in this well?
Yeah,
Just-
there's water in this
first
well.
off.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was just wondering. And then also, I want to take a good case of these flowers because I assume flowers mean something here. And like, have we seen any other purple flowers around here?
So there's a combination of purple and red ones, and they are very, very, very similar, but much smaller than the ones you saw in the inn.
So it's like the same sort of thing.
Yeah, very, very much the same kind of like vibe and the same shape, but tiny, infinitesimal. Like, as I say, like flowers always grow towards the sun, with the faces always facing the sun, and then they kind of droop when the sun's not visible, but they kind of grow towards it. These are just growing like, I don't want to say weeds because that's not accurate. They're just growing like, there doesn't seem to be any pattern.
Okay. So yeah, I want to take a good look at these flowers and see if I can. I'm not going to pick one because I learned from Kudo. I just want to take a good look. I don't know. See, because I mean, I'm assuming the red ones might be more related to the other one we found. So I want to look at the purple ones mainly, see if I can get anything from it. I don't know. I mean, that'd probably be nature, wouldn't it?
You know these aren't natural.
Oh, I guess Arcana then, but it's the same thing. Can I argue investigation?
You can say investigation.
Slightly better. 21. That's 19.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. So you are looking at this well. You're looking at the flowers. One thing you notice though on the well, around the base of it, kind of hidden somewhat in the minutiae of these vines and these flowers, are some runes. Some like they've clearly been like built into the rock. They are like very distinct runes that stand out as magical straight away. Like even though it isn't an arcana, you can see that there are very clearly some magical runes.
Is there any is it a specific language or is it just like magic?
It's primordial. But you know that you are in the Edgeland. This is not like super unusual.
Yeah.
And these are quite common runes as well. Can you, with your 21, I'll just give it to you. These are runes of abjuration and protection to like prevent the water spoiling. It's
Okay.
quite common to see these on wells. Had you looked at the wells in Harth Prairie, you would have probably seen them there too.
Okay. What about these flowers?
Yeah. So the flowers are the same as the flowers from before. They run in and around. They kind of like are not touching the runes, but they are into the rocks all around it and digging into the well. The water looks fine; it isn't discolored or anything. But the roots of these flowers go deep into the ground and underneath, and there is like a vaguely like yellowy, reddy theme to the grass around the well.
Can I? Sorry. Can I? If there's a dog nearby, can I? Sort of ask him, or go up to them, ask them. What do you know about these flowers?
So the only dogs nearby are the ones who aren't napping. So there's the Doberman, the Chihuahua, and the big Labrador.
I'll go up to the Doberman.
The Doberman, like, isn't growl, but like.
Oh no, he was like the one who didn't seem happy. Right.
The Doberman
So
didn't look happy.
Okay, then I won't go up to him. Did any of them seem particularly like happy or whatever? 'Cause
These three aren't particularly. Their tails are not up.
Okay. I'll go up to the. So it's a Chihuahua, Doberman, what's the last one?
A big fat Labrador.
What's a flapper?
A fat Labrador. A flabber.
Fat Labrador.
Okay. I'll go up to that one.
Okay. So you would recognise this one, and I'll read you my exact description.
Go on.
You would recognise this one was pointed out to you by Old Red. This is Chonko, a big fat flabber
Jesus.
in brackets. Oh lordy, he are coming.
That's so unfortunate.
And Chonko kind of like stands up and like wheezes at you, and like does that thing that dogs, really fat, overweight dogs do, where they kind of like 80-80 walk. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, he kind of looks up at you, and his voice is a lot higher because I've shredded my fucking voice in these dog voices. Hello.
Wow, I was going to copy his voice. Hi. I was just looking over that well. Can you tell me anything about these flowers, the purple ones?
Nope. And he sits down, starts scratching the back of his ear. I'm not a botanist, I'm afraid.
Do you know a botanist or someone who has any interest in flowers?
No.
I could do a nature check.
I was just seeing if the dogs might know something. Because they're here. Thanks for your service. I just walk off awkwardly. I don't know what to do.
They glare at you as they walk off.
I didn't do anything.
They start talk like they like the three of them come together and start whispering to each other.
I want to use this School of Comprehend languages so badly. But I'm not good. Can I tell if they're I mean, my passive perception's high. Can I tell if they're speaking in dog or just human?
Just gonna see one thing. I just need to see. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, Quarry? No, it's Quarry. I don't know. And sign language.
Okay, yeah, you don't understand what they're saying.
Okay. And then once they are no help and are freaking me out, I'll go up to Live and say, "Can you look at these flowers? They seem to be similar to the other one that we found."
I got a 20.
Yeah, so you would be able to identify these. Definitely the same, very similar. I mean, this isn't a natural thing, but you can see they bear all the hallmarks of the same flowers before. They are, if not the same, like genus, they could even be part of the same organism. Like they are, like when you look at them really closely, they're like perfect replicas of each other. The same amount of leaves.
Oh.
When you look at a daisy, like obviously you don't think, oh, that daisy and that daisy are totally different. You kind of see just two daisies that look very the same. You're examining these really closely. These are like almost identical, as close as you can get. The only difference is vague shading, and the shading doesn't seem to like follow a pattern. And you don't see any other of these flowers in the immediate vicinity. As you look around, like the area has got this kind of like yellowy reddish grass, which is unusual considering how close it is to the water. There's a over in the top kind of left of the map over here is this upturned kayak on top of a really muddy hill that looks like an absolute fucking nightmare to get up if you were a four-legged animal. There is a couple of other things like dotted around, but you don't see any other of these flowers in the immediate vicinity.
Okay, are they coming from like the bottom of the well, or are they just like littered around it?
They look like they're coming up through the stone.
I feel like the well is the thing, right?
How big is the well, like width?
You could easily get.
You're going to get in the well. If so, we're going to ask Lou.
No. I was gonna see if I could just like destroy the whole well.
I cast Cool Lightning on the well.
I would say this is clearly a water source.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the flowers.
There's a river right there.
I
Yeah,
would
but
say
the
this
river's
is
like full of like crap. You don't know which way it's going. It'll blow.
They're dogs. I don't think they mind.
Please
Well-
don't destroy how well this is.
I don't know what the. I feel like we should ask Lou to get in the well.
Lou,
I
come
feel
get
like
in the well.
this is a war crime.
Lou, I will pay you 1 gold if you go down the well.
Ooh, that's.
Words. Lou jumps down the well.
We need a rope. Okay.
Too late.
So you,
How are we gonna
you
get him
dive
out?
in. There's
I pull out a rope.
It takes you about 2 seconds to hit the water. It's quite deep. This
That's
well is.
really deep.
Yeah, 2 seconds. From when you jump, so you got to go over the top and then down in. So it's maybe like a 30-foot fall into the well, and you land in it, and you go down a little bit, and you can come back up, gasping for air. You know, you can touch every side of this well. whilst you're in it and still see the sunlight at the top. You don't think you can touch the bottom though. What is it you're looking for in this well?
See how far down the flowers go.
Wait. You're not in the well.
Oh.
Lou's in the well.
I'll shout down. Check where the flowers go.
Or for any gaps or places to swim through.
What?
What was that? Are you okay?
Oh.
Do you smell toast?
I tried to do bubbling noises.
Oh right, I
but-
thought it might have been that. Yeah.
Oh, you thought you got that?
I just said.
Yes, Lou, if you can see any openings or maybe like a stem for the plant or anything, that possibly?
Sure. I assume investigation check.
Yeah. It's quite dark down here, by the way. So please remember to roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, someone with dark vision should have gone down.
No.
You swim down trying to find.
I'll use my advantage to use the 14.
Okay. Well, no, it doesn't work like that. Can you just re-roll?
Just roll one more time.
Okay.
It's gonna be worse.
I hope not. Oh my god.
12. So you swim down a little bit. Now the thing about wells is, you hope stuff doesn't grow inside of it. You swim down. There's like stones either side of it, and you kind of pulling yourself down on the stones. And occasionally you can feel these little roots like digging through, but not like on the outside of the well. It's not as virulent on the outside as it is on the inside. You get down to what you think is the bottom, like the silt at the bottom of this well. There is like a hole in the side where fresh water can seep through. It's obviously runoff from the river that's filtered through the rocks and the soil, and it is like okay to drink. You're down there for almost as long as you can. But at the bottom, like it's almost pitch black, and you don't know whether it's because you're running out of oxygen. Like you know, you've been down there for as long as you can hold your breath for now. And as you reach the bottom, and it starts really constricting your chest, and you get that kind of thudding noise as you like running out of oxygen down there, searching for stuff. Whether it's your eyes kind of fading out red because of all the the pressure you're under and the fact that you're running out of oxygen, but there does seem to be like a tinge of red to the light at the bottom of the well. But you push yourself forward, erupting out of the top. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please, to not get the bends?
Yes.
Very low. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You reach out. You're gasping for air, but you didn't see any huge amount of plants down there.
But they did go all the way down.
Like there was like little roots and stuff, but you weren't able to tell if that was like the plant thing or not.
Yeah.
And they did, when she touched it, it didn't cut or anything like that.
What is this music?
Yeah, it's weird. This is sorry.
I only just my ears only just picked up on it.
It's the yodeling that does it for me.
Lou, did you find anything? I say, like, currently putting a rope down and starting to help.
I think so. You better have that money!
I don't think you should give it to her.
Oh, don't be cruel.
Okay. You can't hear what I'm saying.
I have water in my ears. I can't hear what you're saying.
I didn't say anything. I said it in her head. You don't know what I said.
What?
What? I put the rope down. So help you out.
Okay, I climb out.
I just like flick a gold coin over towards you.
It accidentally falls in the well, and I go back
You
again.
have to go back down to get it.
That's 1 gold.
Listen, you can't steal a coin out of a well. It's like wishing. You're gonna get
You wouldn't
cursed.
steal a car.
Yeah, you wouldn't steal a car.
Sell your souls for 5 copper. So 1 gold, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay!
Did you find anything?
Yes. I found this thing.
What did you find?
The thing.
What's the thing?
A thing.
Explain, please.
It cut out, so I don't actually know what I got.
Oh, you didn't get anything.
Oh, in that case, I didn't.
Ugh.
So as you're having this argument, the 3 dogs who are like not pleased you're here.
Guys, those dogs were like I just say in the head, they were like arseholes. I don't know.
Yeah.
They seemed a
the
little bit.
Labrador, the Chihuahua, and the Doberman have like been listening, and then the Chihuahua and the Labrador. Sorry, no, the Doberman and the Labrador head off, like round the corner to the magic shop. And who's got the highest passive perception at the moment?
Mine's 15.
Yeah, you just. I think you think yours is very good, is it?
14.
14, yeah. 15, 14, 15, you hear a yelp.
Like a dog that gets hurt.
Yeah, like a dog who, like, you tread on the foot by accident.
Oh no, don't say that. It's always so sad.
Yeah.
How far away?
I would run.
Yeah, I was
towards
gonna say
that
I
sound.
would go over.
It's like, it's not super far away, but like you could head over there as you.
Yeah, I'd go over.
As you head over, the Labrador and the which one was it? The
Chihuahua. Yeah.
Doberman. No, the Chihuahua stayed with you. The Labrador and the Doberman come out the front and head round, like they glare at you and head round the back.
Can I go
into the magic shop?
Yeah, wherever they just went.
Okay, so in there you see the Mastiff Biff who runs the magic shop.
What just happened?
Are you okay?
What do you mean? What happened?
We had a yell.
I don't think it came from in here.
Inside check. I don't believe it.
1 second.
16.
Roll inside 16. 1 second. It seems legit.
Did you not hear a yelp?
I heard nothing of the sort.
It's
Please.
fine.
Please.
I just walk out.
Yes, and
I
do
walk
not
out.
return. You're humans.
I'm not a human, and neither is she.
Hang on a minute. What's changed? Because
I'm-
these guys were
I'm
so
walking
happy
out
a minute ago.
While she's in there, I'm gonna go and follow the other two, wherever they went.
You can't see them anymore.
Well, I know the direction they went. You said they went back.
They
They
went
went
round
round
back,
back.
yeah, but they're
So that's
not-
why.
Yeah,
Go that
they're
way.
not there anymore.
Can I see a door or a window or something they could have gone through?
Yeah, there's doors and windows.
Well,
I'm gonna go and interrogate the Chihuahua.
oh yeah, he was still there, wasn't he?
I'm gonna walk up to the Chihuahua with my arms folded and be like, "Speak."
This is the craziest thing.
Tell me what's going on now.
Oh, I'm really tempted to do like a,
I really wanted you to do a Mexican accent.
yeah, Mexican stuff. I'm not gonna. Hey, Gringo, no. Hey, lady. No, I can't do it. I can't do Mexican.
Okay, if I see nothing, I'll just come back round to help Laffy.
Yes, I mean, yeah, you don't see anything when you.
Yeah, just go. Oh, nothing. Come back.
Nothing. Yeah. Hey, what do you mean talk? I can't. I talk all the time. What do you talk? What do you mean talk?
Tell me what's going on. Everyone was so happy a minute ago that we come into the town, and now
Maybe it's nap time, lady. Do you ever think of that?
I'm just gonna pick the dog up
Oh
and
Jesus!
hold it in
that
the air.
seems-
Whoa! Hang on, wait a minute.
Laugh-
It's a lot higher it is for me than it is for you.
I want to
Where
say.
did that yelp come from?
Why do you help?
I want to say. What did those two other dogs that you were with, that you were talking to? What did they do? Where did they go?
Hey, I'm not that keeper. What do you mean? What do they do? They did whatever they wanted. Why do you ask them? Why do you?
I heard you muttering. What were you muttering about?
Hey, that's private business, man.
Yes, but
Alright.
you heard a yelp, and everyone has suddenly been very cold.
I mean, hey, maybe we don't like your type around here. 2 legs.
Racist.
I'm so confused.
I'm so
Why have the
confused.
dogs gone mean?
So, as like you come around, like old Red comes around the corner. His tail still goes.
Excuse me, what? Can you place... what's her name? I've closed my sheet. What's her name? Could you place Bubs down, please?
Oops, these names are killing me.
I just put Bugs back down.
He comes up and his tail's still wagging. It's like,
Bubs?
he kind of nods, and the Chihuahua kind of scootles off. Goes,
I must apologize for Bubs. The last couple of weeks, she has become very difficult to deal with.
well,
What's the deal with the Doberman?
Yeah, I was about to ask. What do you know about the Doberman and the Labrador?
Well, Chonko was fine. He was one of my good friends, but now is all of a sudden very standoffish. Yeah, not very nice. Daisy,
Jesus Christ.
a really nice young bitch, but she's total one all of the time. In fact, if I remember correctly, it started with her.
Daisy was the first.
Well, I say the first. She was the one who was just being a real pain all of the time. She just, she started, and then she started talking to Chongo, and all of a sudden he was, really standoffish. Bubs has always been a bit unusual. I think it's a size difference. But all of a
That
sudden,
would make him sad.
sorry?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. They just, one night, they just got really weird.
And can you tell me anything about Biff?
Biff? Yeah, Biff's a good dog. I mean,
Well,
a good
he
man.
was just lying to us.
That doesn't sound like Biff. I mean, you met him earlier. He was very
Yeah, he seemed nice, but we asked him about a Yelp. Chongo and Daisy went into the...
No, not Chongo. Chongo.
No,
Like
Chonko,
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
Am I getting it right that they went into the place?
The magic shop, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they went into the magic shop. We heard a yelp, came over. They eyed us up. We went in, and Biff suddenly was all cold.
Well, this is kind of what happened to Bubs and Chonko, to be honest. They were just like fine 1 minute, and then the next they were just totally different people. Well, dogs.
Do you know that if Chonko and Daisy, if they went anywhere, where would they go? Because I saw them go behind the shop, but then I couldn't find them.
Well, where did they go? They used to just hang out in the town hall with the rest of the dogs, the rest of the town. But, I mean, I did see them on top of that muddy hill a little while ago. But
Well, this was only a few moments ago.
Well, it's hard to get up there. It's all slippery and wet, so we don't go up there. But I saw the three of them up there the other day and thought, oh, that's strange. But, I'm a mayor. I got other things to do than worry about where people stand.
Okay, well, I say to both of them. Seems like that's a place to start or to go.
I'm gonna pat Big Red on the head and be like, "Good boy," and then I'm gonna walk over to the.
He seems well
boat.
happy. Yeah, he comes with you. He trots along next to you. At this point, I will say that Rusty's armor's finished, and he comes out, and he is a new in shining armor. He is looking fabulous. I'll have to get Artie to do
So Daisy was a
Daisy was a Doberman.
Doberman, okay.
Chonko was a Labrador, and Bubs was a Chihuahua.
Yeah, I'm trying it out.
Yes. Obviously, I spent a lot of time and care coming up with these names.
Sorry, the last one was the Chihuahua. What's the name?
Chihuahua was Bubs. B-U-B-S.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
Okay. Yes.
No, we're not there yet. Wait.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So you go up this hill to this old kayak, and it's quite big and it's upturned, and the rear end of it, kind of away from you, is raised, but the body of it is flat on the floor. So it's kind of like a wall, if that makes sense. You can kind of rock it backwards if you wanted, but it's like a covering over there. As you and then you look down the hill and you see Chonko, Biff, Bubs, and Daisy like glaring up at the hill, like muttering to each other as the four of as you like ascend this little hill.
So where are they? Are they on the top?
No, they're down in the town.
Okay. Huh.
Can I roll for an investigation? We'll just look around this kayak and see if they've got something like hiding.
Yeah, sure.
How do you spell Chihuahua?
A 7.
That was awful.
Awful. Yeah, you don't. It doesn't occur to you to like look in the hole on the other side of the, like facing away from the town. You spend like ages like looking at the ground trying to count the tracks, but it's just this big mix of tracks. Let me just copy and paste Chihuahua for you.
I got it. Don't worry. I got it.
You got it. Okay.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's just a strange word, yeah. But anyway, you look around, it's just this big mess of tracks, like up and down the hill, which is weird, because Old Red is like,
This is weird. You don't usually see this kind of activity up this hill, because I say it's so muddy and slippy, and as dogs, we just don't like it.
Can I look over?
They are paw prints, right?
you can't tell with that roll.
Oh yeah, can I? I was about to say, can I look over?
Yes,
literally...
but I have to ask you to roll survival if that's okay.
That's fine. It's better.
Nah, 1.
13.
Oh, 13. Yeah, so there are paw prints. There
Okay,
are
there
also drag marks.
Also, what's
And,
that? Drag
Drag
marks. Okay.
Yeah. And there are also, I won't say footprints, like pad prints would be better, because like they're like
What would that be?
weirdly like rounded footprints,
Rounded foot, almost like
like ratio shifted human feet.
almost like a half, like a.
No, it's just like really weirdly shaped.
Hmm.
I can't draw it.
like a. So like.
Halfway between a paw and a foot.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay. Huh.
Again,
Strange. I want to point it out to Red.
Oh, that is very weird. I had never seen nothing like that before.
Okay. And then
maybe someone should check underneath this kayak.
I was literally you stopped me before I could say it.
No, I didn't.
I was literally going to say I want to look up. I want to move the kayak to see what's.
So you roll the kayak, and as you do, the 4 dogs at the bottom break and scatter and run and hide. Underneath the kayak, you see the sleeping and heavily unconscious bodies of a big fat black Labrador, a Mastiff, a Chihuahua, and a Doberman.
Oh,
it looks like we've got a case here of doggle gangers, and we'll leave it there. Right, night.
James, I hate you.
James.
What?
So wait.
What the?
I'm in shock. I don't.
I'm...